it's Jorge giving you a quick exclusive to the movie Death of a Unicorn. So, this movie, the synopsis of it is a father daughter duo, Elliot and Riley, hit a unicorn with their car and bring it to the wilderness retreat of a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO. And this movie, I'll be honest, I came into it not really thinking too much of it. And once I saw this movie, this was phenomenal. There's just so much to take from this movie. So, first of all, we'll start with kind of like the main characters. Obviously, Paul Rudd being the dad, his Elliot, Jenna Ortega being Riley. Just did a phenomenal job. Like their chemistry and the way that they actually acted, like father daughter and all that, and you kind of see all this just trying from Paul's character to truly give his daughter like the life that he wants to give her. It's very unique, and once you kind of hear more of the story and you kind of understand why he's the way he is, it's actually it's very understanding. So Paul's character Elliot, he's kind of in this weird mix where he's trying to, for better lack of terms, like kiss up to this CEO, who is played by Richard Grant. The guy's name's Odell, but he is trying to kiss up to him and just please him in every way possible so that he can basically take ownership per se of this company and kind of run it for the time being, as Odell is like on his deathbed. Odell, obviously comes with this crazy shenanigans of a family. The most important character, I think, will be Will Porter's character, who's Shepard, and the way Shepard is just so unique, and that character, anytime he's on the screen, at least for me, just kind of killed it, because he was just so out there and so believable, of just kind of what a mega wealthy, kind of kid would be, in the sense of like the entitlement, kind of hitting all the stereotypes, so like the drug use, all that. So it was pretty comical, at least from my end, kind of hearing that, and just kind of seeing how it all worked out. But realistically, throughout the whole journey, you're kind of seeing this struggle between Paul Rudd's character and Jenna Ortega, where Paul wants to do what's right, but at the same time he understands that by kind of sticking with Odell and this family and doing what they're kind of suggesting will in the long game be the best thing for them. Little do they know that these unicorns just kind of go off, like just take a wild left turn. We'll go with that. Um, and it's just so neat, kind of seeing how all these characters interact in this time of straight chaos, and that's the easiest way that I'll put it. Jenna Ortega's character, the way that she understands kind of what's going to happen and how it's happening, it's very remarkable. And just the way that she plays it, like you literally see fear in her eyes. You see her trying her hardest to convince some of these people to do some stuff. And at the same time, you see this super wealthy family who just thinks that they know what's best. And it's really neat just kind of seeing the whole ordeal. Um, Obviously throughout the movie, you're kind of seeing these unicorns just kind of run wild. Is the nicest way that I'll put it. It's very neat because when you're looking at these unicorns and you're looking at the way that they designed them, it's such a beautiful creature at some points, and then such a menacing and just like worst nightmare type of situation. And they do such a beautiful job in kind of mixing that yin and yang. Um, when going through this movie, obviously I was very attached to Paul Rudd's character, because being a dad and having a daughter, like you want to give them the world, and you want to give them the best that you can, so that they're able to continue to navigate the world and kind of do what they need to make sure that they're never struggling. So I completely understood everything that he was going through, and all the issues that he was having, and all the inner turmoil of, do I do what's right, or do I do what, I need to do to get to where I need to be, even if that ends up hurting or going against, my morals, or what, other people want. So it's a very neat struggle that you see there, and you kind of start seeing, slowly but surely, all these people like intertwine in this horror movie, like, you know what's going to happen next type of situation. And from the get-go, let me just throw it out there, like, the opening scene very clearly sets the tone for how this movie's going to play out, and how everything is going to be. This opening scene was probably one of the, I'll say, one of the better ones here in the past, like, wow, that I've been seeing movies. Like, the way that it's shot, and you get these really beautiful cinematography and this amazing landscape, and then you get this, you know, craziness happening in the start of the movie that just kind of kicks off how this movie's gonna go. Overall, I think that everyone in this movie just did a phenomenal job. There's a butler character that, shows up ever so often. Anthony Kerrigan plays him. His name's Griff. And my goodness, this is probably one of the funniest characters without trying to be funny. And one of the characters that's just put in such a crummy situation left and right, but yet still manages to see the bright side, or try to help out. And no matter how rough it is, it's almost like he continues pushing through, because obviously they must be paying him ridiculously well for putting up with all the crap that he's been put up with. But overall, yeah, this movie, the storyline, and the way it was, I personally completely loved it. All the deaths were so amazing. Some of the stuff that I saw that really, and it's hard to speak about it without spoiling it, but there's mentions of certain, like, artifacts, and while you're watching the movie, you start keying in on all the vivid images that they show in these artifacts, and how it relates to the modern day, and how it relates to what's happening right now with everything that's going on within this story. And it's so beautiful, because as soon as you finish the movie, you almost want to start it from the beginning, to pick up on all these little Easter eggs, and pick up on all these little clues that they're giving you. And it's pretty remarkable how they were able to foreshadow some of these things, and how they were able to depict some of these deaths, while yet not just giving it to you. Oh, excuse me there. But overall, I'll say this is one of those movies that really, really is enjoyable, and I would highly recommend it. If I had to rate this 1 to 10, I would clearly, I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10, like, easily. Like, no hesitation. The storyline was great. The characters were amazing. You were able to love some of these characters. You were able to really truly enjoy even the characters that you're not supposed to like. You were able to, there was this funness about all the characters, and all this, like, motley crew of people, that it all just gelled so perfectly. Storyline, like I said, was great. And this is one of those movies that kept climaxing, and even the end was just beautiful. Like, it was just all done so well. This is one of those things where I will say, like, A24 has just been killing it in the theaters here lately. Like, they've just been on a streak, which is phenomenal. But as always, I will say, go watch this movie. Go support it. It is fabulous. You will not be disappointed. That's the easiest way. Like it is just that enjoyable. Um, and yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think when you guys see this movie. Make sure to comment down below. What were some of your favorite scenes? What were some of your favorite deaths in this movie? There's so many to pick from for me, and it's so neat. We'll probably end up doing a spoiler review here in a little bit, but for the time being, as always, this is Jorge, and let me know what you guys think. Peace.